Casino Radio Universe days.
Back in the day. I'm telling you, Giovanni. People don't know your story.
Charlie,
Yeah. I'm not going to talk.
I did beg.
But it's not a bad story.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
But
it's
you see,
not bad
sometimes when
story at
you're
all.
saying it, Charlie,
Yeah.
people know they understand. They don't appreciate
No,
it.
they appreciate
Yeah,
that.
they appreciate it.
They appreciate
Plug
that.
waves books. Yes. But
Yeah.
well, my guest on the show today is a young man. Now you'd know him better as a morning show host on Pan-African TV.
Yeah.
Also a lawyer. Many folks didn't see this one coming. Those who were close, you knew the struggle. But all we saw was a photo shoot. all the rest saw was a photo shoot.
Oh, this is a good one.
Kawa should come in. We'll have sports within our mix, so please join us. And then we also have this same man is also the general manager corporate affairs for the Trasaco Group. He's a politician, but we'll keep that side this on our eyes for now.
Thank you.
But we'll focus on your journey.
Right.
I don't even know where to start from.
Start.
See, guy, you don't even give me one insight. We don't even know, say, you go back to school.
Yes.
You've had your own fair share of fame.
I have.
From Nescafe days. I
Yes.
mean, this was like
2008.
2008.
Yeah.
After Prior One, right?
Yes. So Prior won in 2006, and then a group won after Prior.
Is it Traffic? Traffic won.
Yes, and then we won after Traffic.
So 2008.
But we had competed with Traffic in 2007. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
And you guys made it to the finals, I guess.
Yes, we did.
And then the next year you came on and you won.
Yes.
And then you gave us hits, bangers. I remember at some point you would have to feature Echo Elijah's voice, even though a lot of people felt Charles, your other partner, his style was a bit unique as well.
Right.
But then there was something about your voice that got them.
Yes.
And long before we started shouting that, Ghanaians, they try to sound like Nigerian.
We would do a long time. I remember at the time I had an interview, not necessarily an interview, but I think there was one entertainment pundit on one of the radio stations who had said, we are copying too much.
Yeah.
In fact, he's now a deputy minister. He said, we are copying too much. We are copying, you know him. He said, we are copying too much.
Yeah.
Why are we trying to sound like Nigerian? That's what we are saying now. We're sounding like Nigerians, but now that's when you hear the songs on radio, it reminds you of, it should remind you of Echo.
That's right.
Because we done did it.
I like that. We're in a space where people don't give themselves enough credit for their contribution to our space.
We done did it. And I remember at the time, around the time we released Golo Golo, our 2Bs had also released
Ademado,
Adekai. So it was just, so those two bangers were, but they had, shall I say, they had better management
and proper backing from Tema.
I mean,
you guys were walking, crossing Legon and Westlands.
I used to live in Tema too.
Wow.
But I wasn't an indigent. So obviously they were going to support. So it was, Echo, R2Bs in Tema, and then later Sarkodie came. I think Sarkodie came out in 2009, I believe, with Baby.
Yeah.
But we were blazing the airwaves at the time.
See.
But they had a constituency. And that's why it's important that when you're doing music today, you must have a constituency.
Really?
Yeah. It's difficult. Well, now I think social media has made it a little
helping.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, they're still part of your constituency. You're reaching out to them.
Well, precisely. So you must have a definitive constituency, which will support you in varied ways.
That's right.
Streaming your songs, playing it in the pubs, in the clubs, and things. Those days, I remember we used to go to Danso Container to go and promote our songs. We used to go to Owusu.
Yeah.
There was a joint in Owusu, some container joint.
Container,
in Owusu.
Papaya.
What you going to do for them?
Evangelism,
Oh, Giovanni, and then you had to at the time go to Legon to go and see Giovanni and Pasino.
And if I don't play your song on campus, you don't go blue.
Go beg them, But Giovanni, you were nice. You were nice, very, very nice to us. People don't know.
I wasn't nice
to everyone. I talked about this before, remember?
I wasn't nice to everyone, but
but you were very nice. You were very, very nice to Echo. I don't know, but I mean, you supported us, and we can only say we're grateful.
Oh, it's just us supporting Mejai.
Yeah.
Oh, Mejai.
Mejai. Is it? I don't know Mejai.
No, because like teachers, they always believe our reward is in heaven, and people say one experience part of heaven on earth.
You get kiddies. You kiddies for chop. Well, now we don't call it pie, we call it appreciation.
But see, for you,
Yeah.
we all thought it was music or
Yes.
nothing else.
It was indeed music.
At what point did you consider
You know,
switching?
My story is a bit
Tell
interesting.
us.
First year in KNUST, my dad had a little issue with his work. He was a police officer.
Oh, okay.
And so they had interdicted him. So it was one of the most difficult moments in my life. I had to survive
By ways and means.
Yeah, ways and means. But I had started music from SS. But when I went to KNUST, I decided to focus and make sure I get my grades, come out and do whatever I wanted to do. But, when this issue came up, I needed to survive. So I had to go back or fall back on music and ensure that I did something with it on campus. So I was the first student to have performed at Katanga Hall. Yeah. First Katangi to perform as an artist in
your
Katanga.
own people?
My own people.
Homegrown?
Homegrown.
Allah.
I remember I was performing and then some guy was so drunk that he used a Guinness bottle to,
that one is standard.
to whack the shin. My shin. I said, hey, why? he said, sing and go.
Don't come and be giving shout outs and be mentioning this. Like, hey, Katanga here, A block.
So on campus, so I did music for a while on campus, and then Nescafe came along.
That's right.
We jammed on the wagon, and then we started from there. Yeah.
So at what point did you have to say, hey, you know what? This life I've left behind me. I won't pursue other interests.
I think music, it may be a little controversial, but I think music wasn't good to us.
At that time.
Yeah, I think music disappointed us. I don't want to blame anybody for our shortcomings or our failings.
You're talking about the
I'd
industry.
say, yeah, of course. But music failed us. And every time when I get the opportunity, I tell people that, listen, I'm sure I'll still be doing music if it was paying. Now it's paying, yes. But at the time, you have management, you go and perform, they give you some peanut, they will take chunk of the cash.
Yeah.
At the time, you had industry godfathers.
Yes.
They will call you for shows. You even see who called who. All you know is that they've given you
they say
some
they're working for
1,000 CDs or 2,000
Yes,
CDs.
yes.
So I sat back and I'm like, I have a degree. What's going on?
This is the life I want.
And all these folks, some of them didn't even have a degree, but you take your music to them to help you play, and they were disrespectful and condescending, and so I felt like, let me just go back. But then again, even in SS, by the way, I attended a rural school in Achimasafo. You didn't know that?
No.
It's called, at the time, it was Asafo Achim St. Paul's.
And the more abbreviation here.
Asafo Achim St. Paul's Community Secondary School.
And
So it was Aspax.
Ash.
Aspax.
Oh, Aspax.
Now they call it Ashas or something like that.
Oh,
So whilst there, I had always wanted to be a lawyer. So if you at a time on my government books, I'd write lawyer.
Yeah.
Kwame Owusu Danso.
Hey, really?
Yeah. My geography books.
You
I
have
write
manifested
lawyer.
since
I'm telling
grad.
you. But I do that a lot. It works.
Really?
Oh, manifestation works. 100%. And that's why sometimes I'm not much of a Christian, but I believe in manifestation. I believe there's a supreme being.
Speak words into being.
I speak and it happens. I'm telling you. Yeah. People should try it. Sometimes your spirit is down, right? In those moments, try and find yourself and speak to yourself, and you will see it will happen. It happens all the time. Yeah, it happens all the time.
Interesting.
And there's that little voice that we always hear and we ignore. That little voice in your head all the time is the most powerful creation ever to have been made. Yes. That's little. You hear sometimes, right? You see things. Sometimes you see things before they happen.
Yeah.
But we think that it's just But no, you're hallucinating or anything.
Yeah.
But you see things.
That's a my main.
Yeah. So when I was in SS, I had that. My government. I remember my government book lawyer. And also because of my family, we had a lot of lawyers and judges in my family.
Okay.
So
the standard was
it was more like an inspiration from there.
That's right.
To want to also get into that field.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
lawyer
Yes.
Kwame. Owusu, Danso,
Okukudam.
aka Echo Elijah. But that's formerly Echo Elijah. Do you still go by that name? People still call you that name.
Sometimes sometimes when you go for events,
yes,
people will see you and they say, "Oh, I remember you, Echo, right?" I'm like, "Oh yes, Echo." And I just leave it at that. I don't try to tell you that I have a different identity. I just leave it at that because it's part of me. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I've got a few messages here already. Folks, excited to see you. So Giovanni, he's also a very dope MC. So you host events as well.
But I host
free time.
I host specific events.
Oh,
I don't do just any event.
That's okay.
So so for instance, the first ever international street fairs, I emceed. It was a governmental collaboration.
That's right.
And then I also emceed an energy summit at the time at Alisa Hotel. So I do specific events. I don't just do.
Okay. Makes sense. Does that come with calling to the bar as well? Because it's a noble profession. You're not expected at.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
It's just me, Giovanni.
Okay.
It's just me. It's just the fact that you have to be everywhere but nowhere. You have to be everywhere but nowhere.
I understand.
And so people value your presence when they see you. And so I'm very particular about even the places that I go to. And if I have to go somewhere, I have to be invited to be there.
I love that.
Sometimes people say, "Oh, I have two tickets. Charlie, go and escort me." No. I don't do those things.
That's right.
Yeah, so I MC on the side. Yes,
that's right.
Yes.
Okay, and Giovanni, ask him about family life as well.
Hey,
okay?
People.
He loves to flaunt the wife a lot. I saw them in East Legon the other day, and the wife. Okay, ask him about working with the wife on the same TV channel as well. All right.
That's a very, very intelligent question.
That's right.
It's not easy working with even your twin brother or your twin sister. I think that if you have common purpose, there must be commonality of purpose, and you must have an end in sight. You know exactly what it is that you want to do.
Yeah.
So if you are purposeful and you know the end, you'll be able to move beyond all the unnecessary tangentials and focus on what is relevant. And so, yes, a few times at work, we try. I mean, I am very difficult to deal with. She is extremely difficult to deal with.
Hey.
Yes. So
clash of the
No, I'm not. You can't bulldoze your way, and she. I mean, you can't also bulldoze your way with her.
That's right.
So, but we try to dichotomize work. So we distinguish between work and family life.
Okay.
So when we quarrel at work or when we have our differences at work, we don't take it home. Sometimes we drive in the same car. So she won't talk to you for like maybe 3-4 minutes, and I'll be like, "Oh, by you too."
Commercial break.
Yeah, commercial break. I'm like, "Oh, by you too, be work." Let's drop it here. We're done.
That's right.
When we go home, we deal with family matters, and that's how we've managed to do it. And I respect her office. She's the general manager.
So you work under her?
Yeah, I work under her, and I respect her office.
Really? That's interesting. A lot of men don't.
I don't.
Really
you see, I'm not your typical chauvinist.
Okay.
I respect offices. I respect people. I respect individuals. I respect human beings. Man, woman, what's it? What? I cook in the house.
That's right.
I take care of my child. I wash when I have to. I mean, when I'm in the house, and when we both come from work, I don't expect her to go and give me food.
Yeah.
If I'm hungry, I'll go to the kitchen and
That's all.
do. But my best, is Indomie.
Fast action.
Indomie.
No time for
Indomie. And I have a special way of preparing my Indomie, so I have to do it so she enjoys it. But yeah, essentially, that's what it is.
This is beautiful.
Yeah.
This is beautiful.
Yeah.
And Giovanni, today what I mentioned that you were here, I said I'm not going to be the host.
I'm happy. People have missed me. I'm happy.
Yes,
I'm happy.
the advice or the questions are going to come through from your listeners, our listeners. They are the hosts today. Today I'm a listener. All right. And Giovanni, I know his political side.
Oh dear
and that's one thing he's not talking about. Well, you've been fair to him by mentioning that he's a politician, but we all know his political inclination.
I think
is that public knowledge?
Look, I have not openly stated that I'm in
Party A.
I'm in Party A or Party B.
Okay.
I believe that everything that we do in this country is political. Entertainment, to the economy, to whatever, it's political.
True.
And so sometimes I find it very interesting when people say, oh, I'm not a politician, I don't want to be in politics. But you are in politics. Every policy that is designed for either the benefit of the people or policies that is designed, which if executed is to the detriment of the people, affects you.
Sure.
So we have to be interested in what goes on in this country. You must not necessarily be aligned to say that I'm political. You have to be interested in who leads you, who governs you. It's very, very important. Because tomorrow, when the person comes and designs policies which affect your business, you will complain.
Yeah.
Like today.
So add your voice to it.
Whether we like it or not, there's an economic labyrinth, and that labyrinth is not only affecting maybe
those
Party
who voted
A
for Party A or Party
absolutely,
B.
it's affecting
all of us.
When we go to the filling station to fill our tanks,
They don't ask for
the
a party
attendants
ID.
don't ask which political party you belong to before they serve you. They serve you regardless of which political party you belong to. So we must all be interested in our politics today. And it is our inability to be interested, which is why we are here.
But a lot of young people are also saying that what drives their colleagues into politics is the money.
Yes.
And selfish interests.
Yes.
Where do you stand with that?
No, I agree
assertion?
with that assertion 100%. Okay. But you see, I believe that usually, the normal thing to do is to pack your conscience behind your actions. You can't simply just go into politics because you want to milk from the country. And people do this by reason of the experiences they've had with politicians. Okay. Because you are friends or mates with people. You all started life together. Probably the person was even sleeping in your house.
Yeah.
But when the person gets the opportunity to follow a political party and that party comes to power, you realize that person will begin to make millions of cedis. I'm not saying people should not be paid because they are doing politics. But if you look at the rate at which their lives change, that is where the issue is. And people oftentimes say that, if my friend Giovanni went into politics for just a year and has managed absolutely, then, but the thing is this: if we all think in that direction,
who governs?
Where does that leave us? Where does that leave us in terms of how the country would develop? And bear in mind, whatever it is that you are doing today, right? You may be benefiting from it, but if the country collapses, your children will suffer.
I agree.
Your children will suffer. You today are enjoying. You are a young man. You are a young politician. Perhaps you have, you've managed to steal the people's money. You've saved it. Okay? If tomorrow the country collapses, where are you going to spend that money? Because you will not even get the opportunity to leave this country to go and spend whichever money that you have. So we must be patriotic. My thing is, we must be patriotic. And as young people, we must carry on our shoulders the burden of rescuing this country so that tomorrow our children can benefit. Posterity is why we do what we do.
That's right.
Yeah.
What's been your worst day at work as a political show host?
Sometimes when I get ignorant panelists.
Really?
Yes.
On a certain subject?
Yes.
They are there by the fact that they communicate for a certain political party, not necessarily because they know the issues.
Absolutely.
Right?
And Joe, listen, like I said, we have a country to build. I do not care if you belong to Party A or Party B. But facts are facts. So if you are on my show, which is one of the biggest morning show programs in Ghana, you have to state the facts. You can't come and sit in front of me and spew garbage because your political party sent you there. The Ghanaian people ought to be respected. The Ghanaian people ought to be treated with dignity. So usually I tremble with indignation when people come and sit on the show and spew untruths. I find that very disrespectful to the Ghanaian people who gave you the mandate. So speak truth to them. Of course, you can make admissions. Okay, you can make admissions and avoid some of the admissions you've made. You can say, of course, we agree that, in respect of these areas or these sectors, X, Y, Z is wrong. However, government is doing all it can to do. But if you come and outwardly rubbish
and states those assumptions as
and
facts.
truths and your assertions as facts, what are you telling us? Are we fools? We are not fools. We are not fools.
Where are we heading as a nation from where you sit as a young lawmaker, or a young lawyer and a shadow politician. So you're not keeping that side of you. Let me call it shadow politician.
Well, I think first of all we must take a look at our constitution.
Okay.
Think half the problems we are faced with is because we have a constitution that only benefits a select few. And if we want to fully gain the benefits from the constitution, then we must do something about it. Okay. And I think it's a no-brainer. People have been regurgitating and rehashing this that, if you look at the constitution, it vests executive power in one person. I mean, how can you? The president is like a demigod,
sacrosanct.
And when they leave office, you can't even take them to court immediately. You have to wait till after 3 years. I mean, which government of which political party that is empowered to serve the people will focus their attention on a president who has exited after 3 years to go and to prosecute them? They won't do that. So we must begin to look at a constitution, yes, and perhaps and review it. Also, I remember I read some document, the African peer review mechanism. It had outlined, ways in which we can help ameliorate, the challenges confronted the people. I think it was under President Kufuor, but nothing has been done about it. We also must have a national development plan for this country.
That's right, very important.
And one that we must strictly adhere to. So that if you are party A or party B, yes, of course, all political parties are born out of ideologies. But your ideologies must not be bigger than the country or what the country needs. So if you have your ideology, and another political party also has its own ideology, we must all come to the table and have a conversation, look at a bigger picture, look at from short term, middle term, long term policies which will benefit the good people of Ghana. Let's take a look at, for instance, Saudi Arabia, right? I mean, about 50, 40 years ago, nobody would have visited Saudi Arabia or Dubai, as they call it now. But it took people to be intentional about the things that they wanted to do to help push the country. They started with tourism. Okay, it was oil, tourism. Now they are moving to IT. Yeah, so there's a plan. And we must begin to think in that direction. Even Rwanda. I lived in Rwanda for 9 months.
Wow.
I can confidently tell you that if you pick their youth policy, oh my goodness. It is clear. It's
Nothing
palpable.
happens by chance.
Nope. Everything is planned. In this country, we may have all the ideas. We know how to execute them because oftentimes we benefit from the execution. Okay. But how to sustain those policies is always the problem for us. So, for instance, we say free SHS, right? Brilliant, beautiful policy. Now I won't sit here to make nonsense of it. But what is the sustainable plan? What is the sustainability plan? When we're implementing, beautifully done, we implemented it. We knew that we didn't have enough classrooms. We knew that we didn't have enough classrooms to accommodate the students that we're going to. But we executed it anyway. We implemented it anyway. So what was the sustainability plan? How were we going to sustain the policy that we implemented? These are the things that we must begin to engage our minds with. Yeah.
Kwame Owusu Danso is such an amazing soul, one gentleman who inspires me a lot, Giovanni, every single day. He's always supportive, kind-hearted. This coming from Freshford, Owahini Patrick. On our Facebook Live, Jennifer Echampong, I see you, says KOD with the cheers emoji and says mood. Wow, Scarborough, dexterous man, well done. And dichotomize. Musa Ali.
When did you become this funny?
Actually, yes.
No, you weren't like
yes,
that. You were too serious.
Yeah, I was.
So what happened? You had it in you all this while.
I was hoping to train her to be like, your typical political shows.
Yeah.
Those days I was hosting morning show.
Morning show, yeah. All of a sudden,
but I've had this in me on the other side.
But we know we had a conversation.
I know. We will talk about that one.
We have to.
Amakan says she's watching, says KOD. Shouts going out to you.
Oh, shout out to Amakan.
Yes, shouts
She's
going
a
out to
lawyer.
you.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yeah, I see you people. Killer Boy from the UK is watching. Says,
Hey,
I miss,
Kelly.
I miss him rough. And also to my big brother Rolando Forilabi says,
Hey, Roland.
my brother KOD, amazing guy.
Paparo.
Thank you. And guys, go check out Roland's new book.
Yeah.
You would want to listen to the mind of this young man.
Cramps.
Super
Why
awesome.
go for cramps?
Yes,
That's the title
super
of the book.
awesome.
Why go for cramps?
Super awesome individual. So guys, go check out that book. Read for yourself. Saka Subo says congratulations to you, KOD. And also another name here, Kennedy says I have MTN Vodafone Airtel today. All this by the comment section. So so Roland says it was the economic situation that changed Giovanni to be more comedy.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, Roland, my lawyer is here. Stop behaving yourself.
Well, unfortunately, you see, I'm also his lawyer. Conflict of interest.
See, tell us about your day in courts and how that experience, your first day in courts as a lawyer.
To be fair with you, it depends on who you work with. My senior is very confident.
Wow.
And so he would tell you that, the judges are like us, they are human beings. Sometimes when you see them up there, it gets a little scary.
Yeah.
But the judges are also, they are like teachers.
That's right.
So they teach you when you derail. They teach you because, that's why we say the law is in their bosom. They understand the law. And so, you can only advance your arguments.
That's right.
You can only go and talk. But when it comes to the law, you leave it to them. And so they know that obviously you cannot have all the law in your heads.
That's right.
So they try to guide you. They try to guide you all the time. It's been phenomenal.
Wow.
It's been something that I have been waiting for about 10 years. I've been waiting for 10 years to do this.
Wait.
People thought it just happened.
Wait, so tell us about that experience, because there are people who probably are thinking of giving up. Maybe they failed twice, three times.
No, don't. So, I had my LLB in so I started in 2013. And then I completed in 2015.
What?
Yes. So I had my LLB in 2015. So I went for my graduation in the UK. I was in the UK. I didn't want to write the entrance exams because of all the things surrounding it. So I was there, and then a friend of mine, he's also a lawyer, Christian Akwesi-Buame. So he calls me and says, Kwame, let's go and write the entrance exams. I mean, what can happen? So I came back, and then I said, let me try. So I wrote the entrance exams for the first time. Fortunately, the question was on company law, and that was
something.
The question was similar to an exam that I had written. So I passed.
Wow.
So every time I tell people that the entrance exams is, when you pass the entrance exams, it's not because you're intelligent and an expert.
You're not the first saying that.
No. It's because you are poking and you were able to. No. I'm telling you, anybody who has LLB. Anybody who has LLB is intelligent. I'm telling you, because it requires commitment, dedication, hard work to get even an LLB. You understand? So anybody who writes an entrance exams is very intelligent.
Hey, shout's going out to Clarence Amwate. He's Clarence.
MP in the making.
Good afternoon to you.
So that is it. So I passed. Then I went for the interview at the time.
2015.
I'm telling you, me, I like skinny trousers and things. But for the interview, I wore some baggy. I'm sure that's why you put the judges off.
You entered that room.
I'm telling you,
with Ashake in mind. Palazzo. You are not serious, young man. I'm sure. They're like, say, what are you doing? Are you an usher? Who did you accompany here?
Charlie, some baggy suits, baggy trousers, because Charlie, I had heard so many things that these people, you have to be modest, you have to be this, you have to be,
you can't enter there.
My brother, so I go there. There were people that interview me, blah, 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 finish. They asked me one question. Then that was so funny. The answer, I think it was the answer was supposed to be in relation to South Africa.
Oh, okay.
And then I said Egypt, right? So I had answered all the questions correctly.
Okay.
Then I said Egypt. Then I said, oh, no. My lords, please, it's South Africa. Then they said, yes. You are correct. But because you couldn't get it right the first time. Yeah, if
you were not sure the first time.
If you even
the smallest thing, and that's how you had to.
That's how.
But did you have to go through counseling? What kept you going?
No, I mean, nearly. No, so you wouldn't know there and then. Okay. But they gave me a hint. But I was still very hopeful. So when they brought the results out, I went to the law school to go and check. My index number was not part of it. I mean, I wept. Oh. I wept because I wanted to do it for my dad, for my grandmother, and just to make them
proud. Your people in Elmina.
Yeah. So that didn't happen. I decided not to write the entrance exams again.
Really?
And then we had this letter coming from the law school. At the time, from the registrar of the law school, Nana, what's his full name? That, if you went to Rwanda and successfully passed their exams and you came to Ghana, they would admit you for you to do the post-call. So the post-call is like you have been called elsewhere, and then, Yeah. So I went to Rwanda, my brother. I went to Rwanda, and I said, this Rwanda. So I put my back into it. So
Rwanda, that whole law school is 99.9% Ghanaians. Why?
Yeah. No, but their law, I think we should look at their mode of method of teaching, and even their model. I think we can implement it here. So you go for lectures at 6 a.m. You finish at maybe 6 p.m. And then you are given assignments. You have to do a PowerPoint presentation the next day. So you're not even going to sleep. Yeah. We managed to get distinction. Wow. Yeah, because I said, listen, this one, I won't even give anybody any. We came back to Ghana, lo and behold, they said they would admit us.
After all this hard work.
You fly, you spend money there.
Yeah, it's expensive, you guys.
It's very expensive, my brother. And their food is not nice.
Yeah.
For a Ghana man who likes cake and bamboo.
A lot of your pepper.
My brother.
You are trying to survive there. Hello,
the people don't like pepper.
Yeah.
You eat some.
I know.
They boil banana for you. And with some beans, some nyama food. You know what I'm saying?
You survived all that.
I had to survive. When I was coming from Rwanda, I had 6 packs, my brother. Not because of.
And all this.
Yeah, they didn't. So I decided that, you know what? Maybe the law thing is not for me.
It's not me, yeah.
And then I was there one evening, and my lecturer, Israel Aka, he's also a lawyer, very good lawyer, man. So Israel Aka calls me and says, he calls me Elijah. Elijah is actually my spiritual name, so I don't use it a lot. I don't use it often, yeah. So that's why I say Kwame. But my full name is Elijah Kwame Owusu Danso.
Okay.
But I don't use it because of something. So I only use it when I want to do the manifestation thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Nice one. So you call it into being.
Yeah. So he calls me and says, Elijah, let me put wig on your head this year. Come and do LPC. So I said, LPC. Okay. Then I enrolled, went to London, started the LPC, and then COVID-19. So we had to, come back and continue it online. Successfully passed, and then started my post-call. And that's, so that's the tenacity. Yeah, that's how it happens. And I'm excited that I had to go through all of that to realize my dream. Yeah. Long dream. Yeah. Of becoming a lawyer.
And that's why we have Kwame here with us on the show.
Yeah.
And also to, let our listeners understand the fact that everything is just possible. Yeah, guys. See, some of us, we know the story. He's not telling you everything. We know the story. We know it's not been an easy road, but we are just happy about the journey. And we know this marks the beginning of another journey as well. So currently you're practicing?
Yes, I'm with Piazza Buedu.
Oh, okay.
But I also work with Trasaco.
Oh, okay. So, the corporate company.
Yes. So I handle their corporate affairs.
Tell me a day in your life as a corporate company.
It's very, very, very busy. But we love it. If you love something, you don't see it as work. You just do it effortlessly. True. Are we wrapping up the conversation?
No.
Okay.
I've got you till 5.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes.
Fasako, how it came about is very interesting, but I'm not going to share the story. I only have to say that in whatever you do, make sure you leave positive footprints.
Okay.
Because people are watching. Whatever. Just do whatever you are doing in your small corner and you will be acknowledged, and you will be recommended. You know, so my footprints, I believe, are what led me to the opportunity to work with.
And when you're faced with such opportunities, you make sure you don't disappoint.
You don't disappoint
those who put in work
at all.
you.
You don't disappoint, and that has always been, you know, my thing. That when people give you an opportunity, it is an opportunity that could have been given to any other person. So, you know, if that opportunity is given to you, you must make sure that you execute it.
I love that
very well,
and that.
You'll get reward from it. And you see, I am not moved by money, and people should. I'm not moved by money. I worked with Airtel for a while. You know, I was the promotions manager.
Yes.
People think that I worked with Airtel Ghana for a while. I resigned because I was disrespected.
Really?
When you disrespect me, I'll leave, irrespective of how much I'm paid. You see, people say, people use this word, entitlement is bad. Entitlement, from my perspective, I'm not saying that this is the general, or
something that has
rule
worked for you.
This is not a rule of thumb.
Okay, all right.
The thing is that for me, I feel entitled to respect. I feel entitled to respect. I may not feel entitled to any other thing. Okay, so I did some job for Rwanda. I did some PR job for Rwanda. They changed me, whatever reason, I don't know. Brought in one of our friends. I'll tell you after.
Okay.
And then I called and I complained. And then the guy said, you know, Kwame, we are friends. The way I say is like you feel entitled. I said, I don't feel entitled. I was there from the beginning, ground up. So if you want to change me, tell me.
That's right.
Give me that respect.
Same respect.
And I said, I'm not entitled to the job. I'm entitled to my respect. Give me that respect. I don't joke with that. Because I've worked to earn that. So I'm entitled to it. So give it to me. I demand it.
That's right.
Yeah, people say respect is earned. Yeah, you earn it, but how to keep it means you must demand it.
That's right.
And I demand and I feel entitled to respect because I respect everybody. So you have to give it back to me. But of course, it's not everybody who will respect you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's me personally. That's
All right. We have a message here from Roland again, who says he wants an a cappella of Go for you. He says, once a showman, always a showman. So maybe you will do that for the outro for us. We'll give you headphones. We'll give you
Papa this is why if Guinness go sponsor, why not?
Roland, you have the means. You have the means. So sign that check right now.
Roland has been simply amazing. I just leave. And he's a loyal guy. That's what I would just leave it at that.
Yes.
Very loyal.
Yes.
Very loyal.
He's got his brothers.
Yeah, very loyal.
He will be here on this show soon, guys. We'll be talking about that book. Very, very important for us.
Yeah.
But yes, we also want to look at your job. Okay, so a few more questions here for you.
Please.
But we'll go for that golo break. And also, we want to take this quick commercial.
Right.
And then when we come back in studios, we continue our conversation with KOD Kwame Owusu Danso.
Mr. Vani.
Right here on the 3FM Drive with myself, Giovanni. Stay with us.
There are moments in life when you're just so scared and you feel like just giving up. But that
Daddy, another fella there at Danso at 10 has been reloaded though.
I know, Dada.
Then the vibe is still vibing.
Everyone needs to experience the
See, people don't know say music. No. See, so I have this thing I do on Thursdays on the show, right?
Yeah.
Where I play some of these songs and people are supposed to give us the name of the musician.
Right.
When the song plays, some youngins, sometimes they mention Tiny because they hear Ale, so they don't know say.
So now I don't even understand what Kakadiama means.
They don't know say Echo Elijah we did it anyway. And they kind that's all you do with my boys. Those are the manager. Shadi told us. Charlie, we come from brother. Hey, people don't know so they are the managed musicians. Guy, hey, yeah, Bleo.
You are making me laugh into a trance.
No. This one we are doing it for Roland. So
No. You see, the thing is, I have my friends who are listening to me.
Your learned colleagues.
My learned colleagues. No, we are friends, learned friends.
So they should consider this one of the weekend treats.
My learned friends are listening to me.
That's right.
And I don't want them to hear my cracked voice.
Caleb says kakadiema means octopus.
Octopus. So what's the meaning of the ebole?
So octopus they say you boil them, so it's calamari. Caleb says a gun word, so you octopus you boil them. So he enter.
So what's the ebole?
Ebole. So kakadiema.
You
So calamari they go. Well, great interview, Giovanni. Very intelligent and articulate submissions. Really enjoying the convo. Your questions are a great mixture of serious talk and fun. And I think, yes, all credit going out to Kwame, Owusu Danso as well. I mean, if you know your guests so well, sometimes some of these things come to play. But thanks so much for that, Belle. And then we have another message here. Says, Giovanni.
Let me read something on my platform.
Yes.
So big shout out to my learned friends
That's
on
right.
the Postcode 2022-2023 page. The people they laugh me plenty,
Why they say what?
My learned friend Amakan who sent a message said, okay, first of all, Barrister Sewa says dichotomize. Then Amakan says, enjoy the submission so far.
That's right.
Then she says, I shouldn't forget to give the group a shout. Of course,
Right.
I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
And then Prempe Esquire comes in and says, the Rwanda bit me.
The 9 months you go do for them, no? The pregnancy course you go do for the Rwanda there.
Then our deputy class rep says, boiled banana saying.
Boiled banana. I'm sure he was going with some gobe, some form of Rwandan
No,
gobe.
banana may be true. Trust me.
Really? It's food you were just because you want to be called to this bar.
Yep.
Now you're at the bar, my brother.
My brother, I don't know whether
it's worth it.
As I did a bar, I don't know whether for order for Banku or Fufu. Also,
Wait, how did you receive the news when you realized that yes,
My
all
brother.
this journey, this 10 years on the road?
My brother. First of all, let me point this out to you. I don't like to use the headphones when I'm talking.
That's okay because we have a very small head, both of us. My brother, I don't like it, but it comes with the job. Yes. So when you receive that news, you realize that wow, chai, afa.
Giovanni, this one, my learned friends who are listening will tell you that all of us were sitting on tenterhooks.
Thank you, because you're not too sure. You think
Makola.
you think say you right?
My brother, some of the papers, you know that this one, then it comes and you have some marks, but you yourself, you're always say,
What is happening?
and then the ones that you think say, Charlie, you don't do anything, that one will come there, the marks, So, but listen, after 10 years of going through this, obviously some heavy weight was lifted off my shoulders. Wow. I was like, Itenuani, Marie, I'm done. And there's more joy and pleasure and satisfaction in knowing that what you planted.
That's right, it's bearing fruit.
Thank you.
Wow. Giovanni, please tell KOD that he is an inspiration to a lot of us doing the listening right now. Your story is one that inspires me, even though I'm so young, but confused as to what to do.
Oh, wow.
But I'm appreciating your journey right now. Now I think, okay, yes. First of all, thank you.
So you know what?
Where's the other guy? The question. That's the one that comes to the question.
Echo Charles is now a business guy.
Echo Charles.
Yes, Echo
That
Charles
he's now
is
the other half of Echo.
Yeah, he's doing very well. He's a businessman. He's doing very, very well.
That's right. That's right. So you came to perform in their school 2006, 2007 Accra Poly campus.
Yes, that's true.
Yes, and another one asking if you're from Elmina.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I am.
All right.
I'm an indigent. I'm a son of the soil.
That's right.
In fact, I wanted to even contest for the seat.
It's not too late, no?
No, well, I'm still.
Yeah, still.
Yeah.
Are you going independent or you're going towards private school?
For
Don't pretend you didn't hear my question, sir.
independent, I'm still thinking about it.
Hey, Kwame.
I'm still thinking about it. You see, let me say a big thank you to my wife.
That's right. The powerhouse.
Yeah, and now it comes without any hesitation. She is the reason why I am here today. Yeah, and people don't understand why I celebrated so much. I mean, if you have a wife who will put her dreams aside to help you realize yours, that's some big sacrifice. You know, she was in the UK. She even started the law before I did. Yeah, when I met her, she asked me, because at the time, my certificate was still, my KNUST certificate was still at Tech. I had not even gone for it.
After you tasted fame and all those things,
music.
Nescafe, coffee, tea bag, Lipton.
Yes. So when I met her, she asked me just one question. She said, "What do you want to do? Do you want to do music? If yes, I'll support you.
Okay.
Do you want to go back to school? If yes, I'll support you." I said, "I want to go back to school. I want to be a lawyer. I want to read law." She said, "Let's."
You said those exact words.
Yeah. She said, "Let's do it." So for Edadaba, she sat with me in Trotro from Accra all the way to Kumasi to KNUST. We went for my certificate.
We didn't even have mask
Came back
for you to wear.
I'm telling you, came back and then we registered for my LLB. She paid for my registration fee. She paid for first semester of my of my course. And then subsequently my dad continued, because by the time my dad had gone on retirement, so he had some plenty money.
Yeah.
So he continued. But the most important part of the journey to becoming a lawyer is when she paid for my registration fee and paid for the first semester of my University of London, because that was in pounds. It wasn't a joke. And she was not, at the time she was not even working, you know. So she had some savings, and that is what she used to pay for mine.
You forever cherish this.
Absolutely.
Your children must hear this.
Who can do this for you? And at the time, and I'm not shy to say this, I always say this, I'm not shy to say this. I didn't have money. I didn't.
You didn't have liquid.
I didn't have anything, Giovanni. I didn't have anything. And for a woman to see you for
before, I mean, then you were Echo.
No Echo, but
Famous and broke.
Fame, yes. But you know that I don't need to regurgitate. You know that at the time it was the fame but no money. You remember those days that you go and perform, they will give you the money, but someone will take about 90%. You only get about 10%. What can you do with it? You have to still go to studio.
In a group.
Yeah, you are in a group. You have to split the money. You have to go to studio with the same money. You have to shoot your video from the same money. So I didn't have money at all. So I was being supported by my dad. And then I meet this woman who says, "Let's do this." And, you know, in this modern Ghana, which woman, I don't know, maybe there are some good women out there, but which woman would say that, let me sacrifice something that I have dreamt of, you know, to enable you realize yours? It's not easy at all. And I'll forever, ever cherish that moment.
Kwame Owusu Danso.
Yeah.
So your wife is probably listening right now.
Okay.
You are not ashamed to profess this love or renew this love, commitment to her before the whole world.
Oh, come on.
And
everybody.
I want you to tell her something she's probably not heard in a long time coming from you.
Well,
and I'll give you all that moments. But yeah, shouts going out to Amakan again, who says Mrs. Esquire. To the whole we are see. Amma Pratt.
She calls herself Mrs. Esquire.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And Kojo Yankson calls her Esquirina.
No problem. So I want you to take that moment.
There's nothing that I'll say here that she doesn't already know. Giovanni, me telling you the genesis of this is something that I would have loved to tell her, but she knows it already. I've always, and I tell her, I openly tell her, you know, how impactful she's been to me, and without hesitation at all, without thoughts, she just did all the things she did for me because she saw some good in me, and it's very difficult for women to see, you know, some scintilla of good in any man. So if you find a woman who sees that good in you, you have to cherish that woman.
It's properly. I mean, when this is properly done to you, score points at home.
Well, yeah, of course.
My brother. So 9 months to make a come house.
Van me.
Throw the invitation properly. This one
You don't need an invitation to my house.
My guy, what are they trying to talk business?
I don't know what they talk.
So the timing.
So you won't come after 9 months, eh?
When I caught them having lunch one day, I told them that this mood that they see for here, this will be post-production meeting. Yeah, this one, and they all just came right from the morning show. So right from I said, my people. This meeting is against family planning. The two of you, this is against family planning. Whatever your intentions are.
But I love that joint actually.
It's especially during the weekday.
Yeah,
very cozy, quiet.
He wants to know where. We'll tell you.
You can't spoil them. You can't spoil them. Let's continue to meet them, my brother. So I come, then I take my
meeting.
Thank you. So I take my mint tea, then I chuck it for them.
That's
quietly.
all. That's
right. But we have 5 minutes to wrap it all up already. Charlie, I don't want to close this, but with the news team is also standing by. But well, quick question on the politics side.
Right.
I mean, because there are folks in the comment section asking if you've got political ambition, and you said, well, you don't mind. I mean, you've already been playing this role in other areas like that. Ever been approached by a particular political party to preach their ideologies?
I married into a political home.
Oh, okay.
My father-in-law is Chrissy Pratt.
That's right.
So I won't say I've been indoctrinated.
Okay.
But when you live in a political home, you are introduced to some political ideologies. And so I identify with that political ideology of being a socialist.
Okay.
Because I believe that we do what we do, whether as governments or as agents of the state, for and on behalf of the people. And if you do these things for the people, then you must make sure that you serve the people and you serve them very well. And if you tremble with indignation at every injustice meted out to people, unsuspecting people, people who have reposed their confidence and who have reposed their trust in a political party, then you are a socialist.
That's right.
And, it is important that we continue to spread the message of perhaps getting to a point where all Ghanaians will be identified as socialists, because that is when true liberation, can be experienced.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that. Your political influences over the period would be, give us at least 2.
In Ghana.
Anywhere.
My father-in-law.
All right, 1.
And my father.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
So
and
those
then,
who know my father would know.
Yeah,
would know.
Massa.
Yeah. But let me say this, that 2024 will be a defining moment for the country's economic trajectory.
Okay.
And so, for whatever it's worth, the young people must be interested in determining who is going to lead this country in 2024. We must not sit on the fence, watch unconcerned, fold our arms, and leave the octogenarians to, shoulder the things which we would need to enable us enjoy the country called Ghana. And so we must be actively involved in ensuring that we elect the right leaders who have the people's interests at heart and who will do things for the benefit of the people.
Dr. Bawumia or Mama. And why?
Well, comparatively, I think, and I don't hate any of them, I think that Dr. Bawumia has demonstrated that he is, I don't know what I should say, is an economic bizarre before him. But again, I think that given the trust that people reposed in the MPP generally. He says he's the vice president still, but he was the head of the economic management team. I think that the economy is nothing to write home about. And if you are juxtaposing his performance with that of Mahamis, I think I would go for Mahama.
All right. And Shatawale?
Samini. Oh, I love Shatawale. I love Shatawale.
Shatawale Stonebwoy?
I love Shatawale still. I love Shatawale still. And I'll explain why.
Okay.
You know I used to do music, right? Shatawale would not see me and not come down from his car to come and shake my hand.
Still boils down to the respect thing we're talking
Yes. I'm not saying that. When he sees me first, he will come down and come and greet me. In fact, the last time we met was at an event, Youth Excellence Awards. Shatta drew me to his table and was telling everybody, Charlie, this guy, my future lawyer, my lawyer. I'm telling you. Stonebwoy disrespected me.
Personal?
Yes. Well, he may say that he doesn't know, but he disrespected me. At the time, Black City was his manager. Okay. And I was doing PR for Rwanda. So the country director at the time wanted Stonebwoy to be their sort of their partnership, ambassador in a form of partnership, where they will give him tickets, business class for how many number of people, wherever he wanted. It says that he wanted to travel and stuff. I told Black, the guy did not even
never got back to you.
Yeah, never. There, we're at Labadi Beach Hotel. We had dinner, and I think they were going to have a program or something. But he was in his car. I could see him. And meanwhile, when I was doing music, let me say this.
At the never time, said this anywhere.
Never said this anywhere. And Stonebwoy can pretend that he doesn't remember. But at the time, Adom FM used to be in Tema. And I had gone on Adom FM for an interview. Well, on Kasahari. And Stonebwoy had also come there to do his thing. At the time, he was, And when he came there, and after the program, he came, he walked me down the studio, came down, and right in front of he said, oh, Echo, like this.
Hand for back.
Yeah. Echo, please, Charlie, for help me, blah, blah. And I advised him. I said, I'm not in the position to help you, but I'll give you an advice. Go to Samini. Even if you have to sleep in his house, go and sleep in his house. Even if you have to wash his car, wash his car. Even if you have to
make some sacrifices,
do it. Then he went to Samini, and the rest is history. We used to record together to the extent that at one point I was recording in Ashaiman somewhere, and then he was passing by. He saw me, I called him, I had done a song. The moment, so when he entered the studio, he heard the song, he said, let's do it.
Let me jump on
So
this.
I forgot, those files are still there. You know what I'm saying? But when you get fame, know that people had fame before you. You may have all the money. Who had money more than Osibisa? So we have to always be guided and be minded. It is important.
We have less than a minute to wrap out of here.
But let me say some shout out before you wrap up.
Before that, even
Okay,
before that,
right.
I want to ask you about plans, any future plans of ever doing music again, and if you have to refix any of your songs, two musicians you have in mind. No, you're done. That life is done.
Done did it.
Done did it. Okay. And then one thing you want to be remembered for as an individual, Kwame Owusu Danso.
That I contributed my little quota to the advancement of democracy and for the betterment of the country. I really genuinely want to be counted as that person who sacrificed for this country.
Wow, that's big.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get to your shouts quickly, so let's do that. But, up next is Hot Edition with Alfred Okansi, who's already sacking me from the studio. He's been mentioning your name before this interview. Kwame.
My brother.
Kwame, my brother. Kwame Owusu Danso. They mentioned your name before the interview. He said, Allah! Alfred, can't tell us something by the mic. Tell us something for the mic inside before you go. Before I hand over to you.
No, Kwame Owusu Danso, Esquire.
Thank you.
Oh no, great guy. Kwame is a great guy. Honestly, I mean, the way and manner, the growth has been over the period, and we go way back.
Solid.
I really, first of all, thank God for you, and then also your family as well. So I know what I'm talking about.
Wow. Which song will summarize your story?
You'll be on pen and I will fire you.
Thank you.
That's right.
That's right.
Victory.
Me So all my thanks and praises. Me the Yes, my life is giving me. I love the song. Shout out. Shout out.
Quickly.
Shout out to my cousin Walipa in the UK doing the listening.
That's
to
right.
my best friend Kwesi Akwa.
Thank you.
To all Katangis.
Thank you.
And to the 2022-2023 post-call class. I love you guys so
Thank
much.
you.
Let's make it happen.
Hey, Lydia.
Samia Uku,
Yes.
Amakan, Roland,
Yes.
and to my beautiful, beautiful, supportive
Wifey.
I'm a pencil.
Thank you, my brother. We are back at 6, guys. Stay with us.